All right. What's up, everybody? My people in Manhattan, the Boogie Down Bronx, Queens, all in Staten Island, my home borough, Brooklyn. Back out with another video. And this is going to be on this whole Malika Andrews situation, which started about a week or so ago when it was reported that when it was leaked by the Boston Celtics that they were going to suspend their head coach, Ime Udoka, for the entire 2022-23 season. And the reason being is because Udoka was engaging in a consensual relationship with the wife of a higher up in the Boston Celtics organization. Who that woman is, I don't know. Nobody knows. And, it's swept the news headlines, the sports news headlines, I should say. And the way Malika Andrews reacted to it also took social media and the sports world by storm. But, I wasn't surprised Malika Andrews got so upset and passionate about what she did. But what I'm more blown away by the fact that all these people, these, be quite frank with you, these simps who watch ESPN, these guys thought Malika Andrews was different. Malika Andrews is no different from any other toxic feminist woman who's ever worked at ESPN. None whatsoever. She is no different from Carrie Champion, from Jamel Hill, from Michelle Beadle, from Rachel Nichols, who's the toxic feminist brought everybody wanted fired and they wanted Malika to replace. But, I'm going to get to that in a minute. But let's start with this. So Stephen A. Smith stated from the beginning of the situation he has a problem with all this being public. Well, Steve, here's the problem. I mean, you just can't suspend your head coach who took you to the finals in his first year. You can't be suspended for a whole year without giving everybody a reason. But, I agree with Stephen A. Smith from the standpoint is if you're going to put Udoka's name out there, put this woman's name out there. Because there are women associated with the Boston Celtics organization who are getting unfairly harassed by people on social media and by reporters because the Celtics refuse to acknowledge who the woman is that Udoka was messing around with. But at the same time, at the same time, I understand why the Celtics are doing it, probably because the dude, the higher up in the Celtics organization is the one that leaked, so they're not going to do it. But, it is what it is. But, again, I'm going to get to that in a second. But Malika Andrews got very emotional about that, called in the first take, and misinterpreted Stephen A. Smith's comments. Malika Andrews, called in and told Stephen A. Smith, Stephen A., with all due respect, we're not here to point the finger. Stop. We are not here, Stephen A. Smith, to further blame women. No, Stephen A. Smith wasn't blaming the woman. But you know what? Malika Andrews, when she said blaming the woman, what she actually meant is, Stephen A., do not hold this woman accountable. Accountability to women is like sunlight to a vampire. They cannot accept accountability. Women cannot accept accountability for the life of them. For the fucking life of them. So when we hold a woman accountable, it's like, oh, you're a man hater, or you're a woman hater, excuse me. You're a woman hater, and you're a misogynist, and you hate women. No. That thing was super feminist. They want all the perks and privileges of being a woman, but they want the rights and the opportunities. They want equal rights, but they don't want to pay equal price. It says here, Stephen A. Smith responds to Malika Andrews accusing him of blaming women. I don't appreciate where you're going with that. I'm not blaming anybody but Ime Udoka. And I agree, Udoka is, this isn't his fault. Dude, you never mess with women you work with. You don't shit where you eat. How stupid are you? Damn. And Malika Andrews attempted to cut off Stephen A. Smith, and Stephen A. cut in and said, I listen to you. You're the one telling me to stop on my show. That ain't happening. And I was happy for Stephen A. Smith. I was happy to Stephen A. checked her and put her in her place because she was out of pocket for that. But Stephen A. Smith got to understand this. The reason why Malika Andrews felt that she can go at you like that is, one of the reasons she felt like that is because, Stephen A. Smith, you've allowed yourself to constantly be emasculated by women on ESPN. It all started back when Michelle Beadle got your stupid ass suspended for those truthful statements you made about Ray Rice. And ever since then, Stephen A. Smith has allowed women to emasculate him. He lets Molly cut in and interrupt and talk over him. And he emasculates himself at times too. So that's why Malika felt like she could go at Stephen A. Smith on his own show. So the way Malika came at Stephen A., it's kind of his own fault for allowing women to emasculate him. So, but he put that shit to bed. And when Stephen A. Smith corrected her, she couldn't even humble herself and apologize to Stephen A. Smith. And she tried to get at Kendrick Perkins as well. Malika Andrews just did this to Perkins. LMAO.
We get that. His punishment He deserved that, and whatever else follows, I hate it for him, but he put himself in this position. But why?
Look at her face. Look at Malika Andrews' face, man. She's so angry and disgusted with what Kendra Perkins is saying. Because basically what Kendra Perkins and Stephen Smith are saying is, we got to put this woman's name out there to hold her accountable as well. Because it was a consensual relationship. I mean, both of them, Ime Udoka and this woman, agreed to, mess around with each other. It wasn't like Udoka was Harvey Weinsteining her, was harassing her and all, grabbing her and inappropriately and yada, yada, yada. This woman, she allowed Udoka to, she was down for messing around with Udoka, but Malika Andrews is clearly ignoring that fact. And a lot of people in the media are ignoring that fact. But look at her face right now. Malika Andrews, for all you who don't know, she attended a school in Utah, which is a therapeutic school. A therapeutic school means she had to go to therapy. Basically, she got to go to therapy to get, mental, psychological help. This boy's got some psychological issues. And, you can kind of tell. I mean, just look at her face right now, man.
The other people getting left off the hook, that's the problem that I have right now. Everybody got to be held accountable.
You heard what Perk said? Everybody's got to be held accountable. She didn't like that. But, the funniest part about this whole situation to me is I remember when Rachel Nichols, it was first revealed, her comments about Maria Taylor, her diversity comments about Maria Taylor. Everybody wanted Rachel Nichols fired. Everybody. And, Rachel Nichols, god damn, that age hitting like a motherfucker. God damn. But everybody wanted Malika to replace Rachel Nichols. Now, all of a sudden, now that Malika's showing y'all, you dumbasses, her true colors, now you guys want Rachel back. Once again, man, Malika Andrews is no different from Rachel. She's no different from Michelle Beadle. She's no different from Carrie Champion. No different from Jamel Hill. She's a, not to steal from the brother COJ 144, but she's a super liberal woman. All these broads are one and the same. All of them. It doesn't matter their race. It doesn't matter, they're pretty, ugly. It don't matter. All these broads are the same. Now, all these people who want Rachel Nichols back, clearly they don't forget some of the toxic feminist bullshit that Rachel Nichols pulled herself. This one stuck out to me in particular. I don't know if you brothers remember when Derrick Rose was on the Minnesota Timberwolves and he's dropped 50 points? Well, this is the day after Derrick Rose had that 50-point game for the Timberwolves. Look what Rachel Nichols does.
I'm away from the game on teams he's been on, unsure of if he even wanted to continue playing. And twice he came back. And if you have been around to witness the incredible physical and mental toll all of that has taken, the fact that he's still standing, much less doing what he did on that court last night, that is incredible. However, there is also the absolute fact that 2 years ago, Rose was accused of participating in a gang rape. A civil trial found him not liable, but a lot of Rose's own testimony was troubling. And regardless of how you personally judge what happened there, watching people last night bring that trial up and then try to gloss over it as something Rose went.
You see that? And I remember after this incident, a whole bunch of people wanted Rachel Nichols fired. I remember like it was yesterday. After this, when she brought Derrick Rose's rape allegations, a whole bunch of people were pissed off at Rachel Nichols and wanted her gone. You niggas are forgetting. Rachel Nichols is, a toxic feminist just like Malika Andrews. But isn't it funny? So after something great happens for a man, particularly a black man, Rachel Nichols brings up, his past allegations. Doesn't that sound familiar? Oh, looky here. Malika Andrews is getting hate on Twitter for bringing up new Celtics coach's arrest history. The shit that that Malika Andrews did to Joe Mazzulla, Rachel Nichols did to Derrick Rose. But I guess you guys must have forgot that, huh? Okay. By the way, this is just for all you people out there. Listen, all these women are the same. Okay, Malika Andrews, once again, Malika is just like Rachel Nichols. She's just like Sage Steele. She's just like Molly Karam. She's just like Michelle Beadle. This is all the same, including Elle Duncan. Now, Elle Duncan, notice, Elle Duncan's, for the most part, during her ESPN tenure, she's been, she's come out, she's been able to be on ESPN and go. I'm trying to figure out how to word this properly. She hasn't received a lot of blowback on social media from these social media warriors for her, toxic feminism and her. She hasn't come off as a man hater. But Elle Duncan can get out of pocket and disrespectful too, and I remember this instance too.
Kind of things that we have to deal with and the kind of things people say to us. You got fired because you couldn't handle someone saying what was quite obvious, that your coverage sucked. And it is such an incredibly soft move. Grow up, woman up.
You see that right there? Elle Duncan called an NFL player soft and told him to woman up. Look, man. Look, I like Elle Duncan, but she was out of pocket for this. All those guys, Rex Ryan, Pat McAfee, Dan Orlovsky, Mike Greenberg, they should have checked. They probably did check her about that, off camera, maybe, who knows. But even the good ones, Malika Andrews was thought, a lot of these simps who watch ESPN thought that Malika Andrews was one of the good ones. Even the good ones, they show their true colors eventually. Elle Duncan just showed you a snippet right here. Look, man. Look, I like Malika Andrews personally. I think she does, I think she does a very good job covering the NBA. I think she does a good job. Was she out of order for how she went at Stephen A. Smith? Yes. Was it wrong how she cut off Kendrick Perkins without letting him, reveal the information that he knew? Yes. Was she wrong for that? Yes, she was wrong. She was wrong. She was wrong. But you know what? I got some news for you guys. All y'all who want Malika fired, she's not going anywhere anytime soon. Anytime soon. She's not going anywhere anytime soon. Now, she might leave eventually, maybe 3 years from now she'll be gone. But, hey, you never know, because how long was Rachel Nichols at ESPN? She got there in, 2016? Or she returned to ESPN in 2016 because she was on CNN before that. So 2016 to 2021, so that was 5 years. How long was Michelle Beadle there? Michelle Beadle was there for 10 years maybe? Jamel Hill was there at ESPN forever. Same thing for Kerry Champion. So, and Malika's been there since 2018, 2019? So, yeah, she's going to be around for a little while longer. So all you guys who are just in your emotions and mad at Malika right now, look, y'all gonna have to deal with it for a couple more years. And look, again, she was wrong. She was out of pocket. But I wasn't surprised that she was, because I hate to steal from the brother COJ, she's a modern liberal woman. She's a modern liberal woman. And you know whose fault this is? It's our fault as men. We need to check these broads and put them in order, put them in their place, or just flat out ignore them. Because most of these women, honestly, and I don't think this applies to Malika Andrews, but most women just want attention. That's why, they, get interested in sports, and, you see a lot of women entering the red pill, the red pill space on the internet now. They want to go to where the men is. You see women, in the MCU and all this shit. Notice how women always go to where men are, because they want attention, because it's in their nature to get validation, to get attention from men. So if you want to get at these bras like Malika Andrews, if you want to get under their skin, if you want to take them down per se, just ignore them. Just ignore them. But Malika Andrews is damn near 30. She's 27 years old. She's damn near 30. I don't think she's going to change anytime soon. But like I said, she was wrong. She was out of pocket, but I wasn't surprised because she's no different from any of the other toxic feminist broads who worked at ESPN. Okay. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section down below. Click the like button, subscribe, take your brother, go on YouTube. Follow me on my Patreon. It's Five Bros vs. Everybody. I'm going to see you all.